Inspired performance. Infiniti of Ardmore, Infiniti of Westchester. Test drive the Infiniti of your dreams and enjoy the best selection, best service, and best savings, plus the area's largest selection of pre-owned Infinitis. Infiniti of Ardmore, Infiniti of Westchester. 866-96-INFINITI.
I'm John DeBella, and this is your Classic Rock Update, brought to you by Infiniti of Ardmore and Infiniti of Westchester. Roll them dice! Well, the board game you know and love, Monopoly, has introduced a special edition based on the Rolling Stones. Instead of playing with a traditional thimble or shoe, the band's lip logo and a posse of wild horses are just some of the pieces that move across the board. Some addresses have been replaced with album titles, and instead of houses and hotels, there are gold and platinum records. No more waterworks or electric company. Drums and guitars take their place, and the train stations have been renamed for some of the Stones' famous tours. Speaking of the Stones, Ron Wood's first solo album since 2001 is about to be released later on this fall. It's called I Feel Like Playing, and it was produced by longtime Rolling Stones backup vocalist Bernard Fowler. Some of the people joining him: Slash, ZZ Top's Billy Gibbons, Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Chris Christopherson, Eddie Vedder, and a host of others. Now, Fowler began touring with the Stones in 1989 and has produced just about everyone in the band's solo projects. He said this one was difficult because of, well, everything that Woody was going through with his alcoholism, and you're going to hear it on the record. Good luck. Proving yet again that anything the Beatles touch with any part of their body turns to gold brings us to the case of this toilet bowl. It sold at auction last week for nearly $15,000. Used to belong to John Lennon. It was in his Tittenhurst estate. He was redecorating, wanted the thing removed. The builder asked him, "What should I do with it?" He tells the builder, "You know what? Stick a plant in it for all I care." The guy takes it home and holds on to it for all these years. Guess what? He just got $15,000 for it. That's one mighty planter. And just when you thought it was over, it's time once again for As the Record Turns, Aerosmith, the Joe Perry edition. It seems that Joe Perry can't keep his stories straight. Last week, he said that the band's days may be numbered. He told Cincinnati.com that Tyler's Idol gig is a done deal. He just told me about it a couple of days ago, he said. He's in the show, and I think everything is set to go. Everybody else in the band is a little worn out, and touring is winding up. We don't know where we're going to go from here, but it's all starting to hit home. But the very next day, Joe Perry was quoted as saying, "From what I hear, they haven't signed him yet. I really don't know what's going on." Make up your mind, Joe Perry. That's this week As the Record Turns. The long-awaited Bruce Springsteen box set, The Promise, The Darkness at the Edge of Town story, has a release date, and that is November 16th. We're talking about 3 CDs and 3 DVDs and a whole lot of stuff that you've never heard before. The first disc is the remastered Darkness on the Edge of Town. The other 2 discs contain 21 rarities that we've never heard before. Songs we've never heard the E Street Band record before, like Someday We'll Be Together, the old Supreme song, or how about Because the Night, the song that Bruce put together with Patti Smith. Even Fire is on there. As for the DVDs, the first one is the documentary that's going to air on HBO in October. The second one is the entire band doing a rehearsal without an audience in Asbury Park, New Jersey. And the third is a performance of the band during the tour from Houston, Texas. Add to this an 80-page book of great photos. This is a box set you're really going to want for somebody for Christmas. Jimmy Page is finally releasing his pictorial autobiography on September 27th called Zoso. This is a gorgeous book. Every one of them is signed by Jimmy Page. There are only 2,500 of them. In April, when they did a pre-release, 350 of them sold immediately. Now, what's shocking about all of this? The price tag. $668. Now, you will get 500 pages of story and 650 different pictures that you may not have ever seen, but it's still going to cost you $668. But you'll have an autographed Jimmy Page book. And that brings this week's Classic Rock Update to an end. We're brought to you by Infiniti of Ardmore and Infiniti of Westchester. I'll see you on the radio. Classic Rock 102.9 MGK. Grr.